Please subscribe. In the heart of a majestic mountain range, veiled in mist and cloaked in mystery, there stood a mountain like no other. Its towering peaks brushed against the sky, shrouded in eternal snow, while its rugged slopes hid secrets known only to the wind and the rocks. This mountain was home to a solitary giant, a creature of immense stature and gentle spirit, who had spent centuries dwelling in isolation. The giant, known as Gideon, was a being of ancient lineage. His skin, as weathered as the stone cliffs that surrounded his dwelling, spoke of the passage of countless years. Gideon's eyes, deep and reflective, held the sadness of ages, for he was a lonely giant. He wandered the vast caverns within the mountain, his only companions the echoes of his own footsteps. One day, as the sun dipped low behind the peaks, casting a warm glow upon the world below, Gideon felt a peculiar vibration in the mountain. It was as if the very earth beneath him whispered a secret. Curious, he followed the subtle tremors until he discovered a narrow trail winding its way up the slopes. Intrigued by this unexpected discovery, Gideon decided to explore the path. The higher he climbed, the more the mountain seemed to respond to his presence. The air buzzed with anticipation, and Gideon's heart quickened with an emotion he hadn't felt in centuries, hope. As he ascended, Gideon noticed a small figure meandering off the trail. A young boy, no older than 10, with wild hair and curious eyes, had wandered into the domain of the lonely giant. The boy, named Oliver, was on a family hiking trip, but his adventurous spirit had led him astray. The moment their eyes met, Gideon saw a reflection of his own loneliness in the boy's gaze. Oliver, despite his initial fear, felt a connection with the gentle giant that went beyond words. A silent understanding passed between them, and from that moment on, the two became unlikely friends. Gideon, though hesitant at first, opened his heart to Oliver. The boy, in turn, discovered the giant's sorrow and decided to bring a glimmer of joy into Gideon's life. Every day, Oliver would venture into the mountain, carrying with him a bag filled with fruits, vegetables, and treats he pilfered from his family's supplies. However, as days turned into weeks, Oliver realized that a small bag of food wasn't enough to satiate Gideon's hunger. The giant, with a stomach that echoed through the caverns like thunder, required a feast fit for his colossal size. Determined to keep his newfound friend well-fed, Oliver enlisted the help of his family. Together, they gathered the villagers of the nearby town, explaining the extraordinary friendship between the lonely giant and the adventurous boy. The townsfolk, though initially skeptical, were moved by the sincerity in Oliver's eyes and agreed to assist in feeding Gideon. Every week, a procession of people climbed the trail, carrying baskets of food that rivaled the bounties of a royal banquet. Fruits, vegetables, meats, and sweets overflowed from the containers, a symbol of the growing bond between the giant and the villagers. Gideon, who had never experienced such kindness, was overwhelmed with gratitude. He would sit at the entrance of his cavernous abode, watching as the villagers labored to bring him sustenance. Oliver, always at the forefront, beamed with pride at the generosity of his community. To facilitate communication with their towering friend, the villagers decided to build a colossal treehouse that reached the heights of Gideon's dwelling. It would serve as a meeting place, a bridge between the world of men and the solitude of the giant. The construction of the treehouse became a communal project, a symbol of unity and friendship. Skilled carpenters and enthusiastic volunteers worked tirelessly, hammering, sawing, and carrying materials up the mountain. The structure began to take shape, a testament to the shared effort of a village determined to bring joy to a lonely giant. As the treehouse neared completion, Gideon couldn't contain his excitement. He watched from below, marveling at the intricate design that would soon connect him to the world beyond the mountain. The villagers, now more like friends than mere acquaintances, invited Gideon to the grand opening of the treehouse. The day arrived when the last nail was hammered into place, and the treehouse stood proudly against the mountainous backdrop. a grand celebration unfolded, with the villagers, young and old, gathering to share in the joy of their unique friendship with the giant. Oliver, standing beside Gideon, felt a sense of accomplishment and happiness that radiated through the entire village. The mountain, once a symbol of isolation, now echoed with laughter and the sounds of celebration. The treehouse, a marvel of engineering, had multiple levels and spacious rooms to accommodate Gideon's size. Sturdy wooden bridges connected platforms, creating a maze of walkways that wound around the ancient trees. The centerpiece of the structure was a large platform that overlooked the breathtaking expanse of the mountain range. Gideon, guided by Oliver, ascended the wooden stairs with caution. As he reached the top, a breathtaking panorama unfolded before him: the valleys below, the snow-capped peaks, and the endless sky above. Tears welled in the giant's eyes as he realized the beauty he had been missing all those lonely years. The villagers, understanding the significance of the moment, joined Gideon on the platform. Together, they shared stories, laughter, and the delicious feast they had prepared for the grand opening. Gideon, once burdened by solitude, now basked in the warmth of newfound friendships. As days turned into weeks and weeks into months, the treehouse became a hub of activity. Villagers would climb the mountain to spend time with Gideon, sharing their lives and learning from the ancient giant. The mountain, once a desolate realm, now echoed with the sounds of camaraderie and joy. Oliver, the catalyst for this extraordinary friendship, continued to visit Gideon regularly. Their bond deepened, transcending the boundaries of age and size. The boy, now a teenager, found solace in the wisdom of his giant friend, while Gideon cherished the youthful spirit that brought light to his existence. Seasons changed, and years passed, but the friendship between the giant and the villagers endured. The mountain, once a symbol of isolation, had transformed into a beacon of unity. Gideon, the lonely giant, no longer roamed the caverns with a heavy heart. Instead, he stood tall and proud, a guardian of the mountain and a cherished friend to all who dared to climb its slopes. And so, in the heart of the majestic mountain range, where once only echoes of solitude prevailed, a symphony of laughter, friendship, and shared moments resonated. The tale of Gideon, the lonely giant, and Oliver, the adventurous boy, became a legend whispered among the villagers, a reminder that even the loneliest hearts could find solace in the most unexpected friendships.